Senator Raffy Tulfo wants a total ban on the deployment of OFWs in Kuwait. Now, Tulfo cited incidents of abuse in the Gulf state due to unpenalized Kuwaiti employers. He questioned why the government keeps on sending OFWs to Kuwait despite the risk they face.
Are we people, a nation of stupid people, sending our workers to the lion's den in Kuwait? Ang problema ay doon sa employer. We're not the problem. The problem is Kuwait. The problem is the government of Kuwait not doing enough.
Now, the Philippines imposed a deployment ban on new hires in Kuwait, but it was lifted last year. Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Gakdak said the OFWs were given briefings and ensured of necessary assistance.
Bago pa man umalis yung OFW, malinaw na kung saan siya pupunta, sinong employer, sinong qualification ng employer, ano yung job description niya ron sa employer na rin, ilan ang tao doon sa household, gaano kalaki yung etc. All these things will come to the fore, Mr. Chair. Sa tingin ko, yun yung malaking gap.
Right.
You know,
diba, lagi natin pinag-uusapan yan dito.
I share the sentiment and the frustration of Senator Tulfo. It's because we also have a family member of ours at kasambahay din natin
Naging kasambahay.
na sa Kuwait and
Yeah.
twice pumunta ng Kuwait, and each time na nandun siya, humingi ng tulong sa atin because there was some sort of not really as harsh as the others, but some sort of maltreatment towards her by her employers. Kasi
Exactly.
yung the Kuwaiti people, the way they treat our Filipino workers there, parang ownership. Ownership, di ba? Yung mga ibang Arab countries, nag-ano siya rin, nag-update na, they're a little bit more modern. Like Saudi Arabia, you have UAE, di ba? Medyo modern na sila. They're not like that anymore. But paulit-ulit tayo nagkaka-issue sa Kuwait. Non-stop
And then we
issues.
still give them, di ba? We'll still give them our OFWs. And yun nga, di ba? Kasi the last time, last year, di ba? Only last year lang nagkaroon tayo ng issue dyan na matay yung nakuha sa desert. And then this year naman yung sa backyard nung amo. Di ba? Dalawang Pinoy na namatay. Tapos itong isa na yung inuwi na cadaver dito, tapos mali pala. Ang cause of death, pag-usapan natin yan dito, is supposedly suffocation.
Yeah.
Pero ang tinitingnan nilang angulo din dyan ng DMW is baka may kapabayaan din on the employer side. Plus nakita nung mga family members nung dumating yung cadaver dito, may mga pasasa iba't ibang parte ng katawan.
Sa joint din ng paa.
Diba? So sabi nga nila, hindi lang suffocation to kung may mga marka ng ganyan, diba?
Tsaka alam mo kasi, ang nangyayari dito is, sige, we understand na kailangan mong kumita. And Kuwait, may daming opportunity doon. But the problem is, sana maalala din ng mga kababayan natin that every Filipino OFW that has to be rescued by the government entails a lot of resources. Sana itong pera na ito na nagagamit natin, repatriation, or, di ba, magagamit sa ibang paraan to better services for OFWs. Nangyayari, hindi. Ang pinaka-worst pa nangyayari pag umuwi ang mga kababayan natin in a coffin. Isipin na lang nila yung how that makes their families feel.
Totoo.
Kaya siguro, pag hindi na lang ganun kalaki naman ng sweldo, I mean, kung nakikita ko yung sweldo sa Kuwait, kasi minsan nakikita ko, hindi man siya nagkakalayo sa sweldo sa Hong Kong eh. Di ba? Parang choose na lang an Asian country na maganda-ganda ang record.
Kaya nga, di ba sinasabi natin na sana nga mas maraming opportunity dito para hindi na pupunta sa mga bansang katulad niyan yung ating mga OFW na, di ba, nagigipit sila. Na-lift yung ban, pero di ba napag-usapan pa noon, bawal na yung kinukuha ng amo yung cellphone. Bawal na rin
Passport,
yung passport.
ID.
Dapat
Bawal
binibigay yung mismo.
Kinukulong sa room
Dapat
after work hour.
pinapakain.
Dapat may day off.
Okay naman sila, kaya na-lift yung deployment ban. Pero ito kasi sunod-sunod na naman yung mga insidente natin doon.